for a startup CFO, first of all, it's important to know why he needs an angel. These are the two wings. And the second step, it's good to know how to handle an angel, and this is why I'd like to go deeper into some details of angel investments. What is the general role of angels, first of all? They are very relevant. That's what we normally say, because they on the one hand do the first financing, on the other hand they provide really like helpful advice in early days. However, this is to some extent all speculation, because at the very end the total population of informal investors is unknown and probably unknowable. And even if we come up with some numbers, these are just statistics from a certain study. So I know a lot of angels who never give numbers from their own assets into the statistics and so on. So it's hard to go deeper into that. But there are studies on business angels. These are numbers from 2016, so not really old. And if you look into them, it's interesting to see how angel scenes are still different in various countries. If you look into the US, first of all, you can see that it's quite an elaborated market. In the statistics, they say it's $245 billion invested, 90% of outside equity in early stage, well, that's the definition, early stage, is being done by business angels. Lots of business angels around, and plus, look at the valuation, 850K median valuation of the deals, an increase from 500 to 850 from 2012 to 2016, which I believe is quite a high number. So it is early stage, but it's a good valuation for a startup to have $850,000 valuation. Compare that to Europe, you see only 70% of outside equity, again as a definition what's early stage, but only 6.1 billion invested, so a comparably low number if you compare it to the 245 on the other side. Still lots of angels around, so the angel scene is catching up, but the deals are not so big, especially if you look at the median valuation here. 20K median valuation is comparably low number, probably just the statistics within all over Europe. But you can see that, first of all, angels play a role in terms of there is a gap, financing gap between when a startup started and when you can get bigger chunks from VCs or someone else. But this is just part of the news. The more important thing for a startup CEO is probably getting deeper into the reason why. Why should you go obtain angel financing versus financing from VCs? Because if you can have angel financing for $500,000 US dollars, for example, in the US, versus a VC would give you the same amount, where would you go? That's the main question. And I can tell you, besides all the reasons you can see over here, it's important to have someone on board who made the same journey as you are going through within the next years. So an investor who already founded a company, who knows what it means to go through that entrepreneurial endeavor, who knows also what it means to learn, for example. Angels give you the time to learn. VCs, remember that? VCs want to scale up, so they don't want to learn, they play that portfolio game. Angels want to work with you. They allow you to learn and they allow you to go into details in some aspects, and you don't have to be fast because they do have all the time of the world. So this is, by the way, why VC funding in early stage markets have slowed down, because VCs learn the roles that it is a better role to scale up when the entrepreneurial team has learned enough. But for the time before, you need someone to finance that, and this is an angel. And especially angels who did the same thing before and who know what it means to build up a business, to learn, to go the effectual way, to be lean, and all sorts of things which you can learn in general entrepreneurship. Basically, to decrease the uncertainty, to be certain now I can scale up. And this is the main role, and this is why VCs are going to some extent away from that stage of development, but there's still an increase in demand because more startups come up, so someone else has to go in. And basically the same reasoning here. Angels are very critical in their role of not only like financing this part, but especially helping the entrepreneurs to learn, to build the business model, to be ready to scale up. Before you're not ready to scale up, don't scale up. So don't go to VCs at that and especially too early. And this is why you need the angels. And this is in general why angels are so important. What does it mean for a startup CFO? Think about your strategy. Think about what you have to do to develop your business. And this is a main thing. Take in angel money until you develop your business far enough to know what you're doing.